So, welcome to Mindful Weekend Yoga, and find yourself a comfortable seat, noticing if the seat you have found is not comfortable and make it comfortable. We're experts at sitting uncomfortably and not noticing it. So take a moment wherever you are to arrive on your mat on this beautiful morning, reconnecting to your breath, closing your eyes if that's comfortable, and noticing how you feel. Adjusting anything that needs adjusting. Just taking a moment to drop into your body. Something we often don't do. We're so busy doing. So let this be a practice of being and noticing. And as usual, take everything I offer as an invitation. And if it doesn't feel good and you want to do something different, do that. And as usual, I have a theme, which I came up with. I actually went for a short hike before this up at Big Rock. And I have been thinking about this sort of resetting or recalibrating. And the word that came to mind after those two is realigning. And this idea of a fresh start. I know at least one of you on here is also about to have a fresh start. But the beginning of summer is often a time for a fresh start, or the beginning of a new year. For those of you about to celebrate a birthday or some big shift. And so thinking about how you might like that to look like. And in particular, what would you like it to feel like? Leaning into the feeling. And the feeling for me was aligned. Getting rid of the clogs and expensive things that weigh you down, or the things that just don't feel good. And taking a moment to consider what those might be. And you might flip your palms open on your thighs in that receptive open position. And breathe deeply, letting the exhale be longer than the inhale. And paying attention to your heart space, listening to your heart as you consider what you might like to be different, what you might like to shift, or simply how you might like to feel as you move forward. Maybe it is lighter, maybe it's inspired, maybe it's hopeful, maybe it's energized. I love the word alive. That takes all of them into account. And once you've come up with something that feels good, maybe it's peaceful, maybe it's rested, whatever it is, no judgment about the word. Then thinking about, if you felt that way, what might you do more of or less of? Letting yourself be inspired and creative and curious without having to do anything different, just noticing. Letting today's practice be a practice of noticing what feels aligned and what doesn't. For me, noticing what doesn't feel aligned is sort of the path to alignment. And some other pearls of wisdom around finding alignment, aside from noticing what doesn't feel aligned, is resting. When you are rested, you are better calibrated, better attuned to knowing what things feel like. You don't have the cloud of tired in there to influence your thoughts. Or maybe it's just less tired. And for many of us, it's also movement, giving you momentum, rocking back and forth in the mud like a car, getting yourself going, or going on a morning hike, or going for a swim, or moving in yoga. Oftentimes we see it as traveling, but what could it be on a micro level? Other things that help you find alignment might be nature, the wisdom of nature, the beauty of nature, that awe and wonder, opening up the expanse of possibilities. And that sense of connection to the earth, to yourself, to others. That is something we find in yoga. Where can you grow that sense of connection to yourself? And for this moment, the last one I can think of is sort of safety, groundedness. Sometimes people equate safety with connection, but that sense of just feeling rooted, centered, grounded, stable. Someone used the word sturdy recently. I really like that word, but not in a hard way, just like a tree is sturdy, or maybe it's graceful. But thinking about those invitations and how they might apply to you, you can stay with hands open, or you can bring a hand to heart, sending yourself compassion for the journey of alignment and getting out of alignment and back into alignment. That's a bit of what life is all about. And perhaps if any of those ways of moving towards alignment are out of alignment, i.e. rest or not enough time in nature, or disconnection to yourself, or disconnection from feeling grounded or centered, or from the people you love, how can you put a little bit of attention there? Flipping your hands to the opposite hold here, just noticing the discomfort, but not danger. And enjoy rubbing the top hand on the bottom hand. Let it feel absolutely amazing. Notice that the enjoying and noticing what is right with the world and allowing yourself pleasure is also a tool to finding alignment. Enjoying the breath, taking pleasure in the deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. We'll take 3 more collective breaths with one another, and for those of you outside with the trees, let the exhale be longer than the inhale, allowing your nervous system and your body to relax. And we'll lower our hands and open our eyes and stretch your legs long out of kindness. Have a little bang of your knees, and you can stay up on something or not for this part. If you're up, just make sure you're sturdy and steady and rooted. And you'll send your sit bones down and the crown of your head up to the sky. Bend your knees slightly and hinge forward at the waist, sliding your hands down. Let your head and neck release and enjoy a stretch in the spine, in the vertebrae, engaging your toes and your legs so you're steady and grounded and centered. Finding your center here, especially if you're up on a block or a bolster, it will take a wee bit of focus and attention. Sliding yourself back up to your thighs. You're going to open your legs wide, coming into dragonfly pose, and you're going to tilt forward on whatever you're sitting on or come off of it. Some of you might want a blanket, and you'll walk your hands forward a little bit. This time, hinge at the waist first and see if you can let the energy move up and down your legs, wiggling toes, letting your heart shine forward. And potentially closing eyes and thinking about moving forward with more alignment. What would that look like? Feel like walking your fingers a little bit farther, a little overstretchy, just noticing what that feels like. A cautionary tale. Not going too far. Walking your hands back up to seated. Find your center and reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Your pointer fingers will reach up as tall as you can, rooting downward, gently tip slightly to the left, a little slight tip, and back to center and to the right. Interlace your fingers, flip them up to the sky. Have a slight arch into a seated cow, and exhale, round forward. In dragonfly pose, you will have to find your center and focus on it more. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, round. Suck your belly all the way forward. Bring your hands over to be parallel to your left leg, twisting your waist here, back to center and over to your right leg, stretching your back and your waist. Come back to center, reaching arms back up, releasing them. Twist leftward, using your spine as your rotation, and lower your hands, one behind you. You may only have fingertips. Inhale, grow tall. The twists are spine lengtheners. Let the crown of your head reach to the sky, rooting downward, finding your center here. And exhale, twist, shaking off whatever might need to be shaken off. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, walk your way back to center gently, and we'll walk all the way over to the right side. And you can have your arms back up if you lowered them. And gaze over that right shoulder. Send your root down and grow tall. Exhale, twist. Let this feel amazing. Wiggle fingers and toes. Coming back to center, sweeping your arms out, and you will draw your legs back in front. And you're gonna tuck them under you and come onto hands and knees. Take the block out as gracefully as you can, or not, without judgment. Come to hands and knees. Widen your knees, widen your hands so they're both hips width, tops of the feet on the earth. Inhale for cow here. Let the belly stretch. Enjoy the stretch. And exhale, round. Tuck your navel all the way up. Drop your head and neck. Inhale for cow. Let it feel amazing. And exhale, rounding up. Suck your navel all the way up to your spine. Come back to tabletop. Lower your forearms. We're going to come down into melting heart or puppy. Forearms on the floor. Spread your fingers. Lower your forehead. Enjoy your heart melting into the floor. Your third eye on the earth. Gathering any wisdom there. And enjoy the stretch in your shoulders and your armpits. It's a bit different than child's pose. Your head is closer to your elbows and you're up a little bit higher. Enjoy 2 more breaths here. And you will slide your hands back towards you, lifting back up into tabletop. We're going to curl up into downward dog from here. And let yourself really enjoy it. Enjoy the stretch, enjoy the view, enjoy the inversion, which often shifts your perspective. When you're looking for that realignment, shifting yourself upside down is like shaking things. You might bend one knee and then the other. Let this be absolutely luxurious, treating yourself well. Taking 3 breaths here, pausing. Pausing also helps you reconnect to yourself, to the world around you, to what matters most to you. The slowing down in the breaths give you clarity. They often allow you to feel more alive rather than less. I think sometimes we think it's slower. Waggle your hips a little bit here. Bend your knees if you want so your shins are parallel to the floor and hover for a moment. Shooting back up. Stretching. Let your sit bones reach to the sky. Have a little waggle. Realign your spine here. Noticing that you realign it by taking the pressure off of it and supporting yourself well. Support your palms, knuckles. The front side of the knuckles should press into the floor to be nice to your wrists. Ground into your right foot and raise your left leg to the sky. Bend your knees, stack your hips, roll, enjoy in both directions. Re-square your hips. Send your left leg long. And we'll gently bring our foot between our hands. We're going to come up into Warrior One today. So that's a narrower, wider stance, and your hips are facing forward. And you'll reach your arms up towards the sky. Pause here. Your back heel may or may not touch the ground. Let it feel amazing. Breathe. Opening your arms wide, we'll bring them in front into eagle arms, right elbow under left, and grasp your thumbs or palms, whatever works for you, twisting yourself up a little bit like a pretzel. Notice the balls of your feet, every cell on the bottom of your foot reaching into the earth, all 10 toes reaching into the earth. Close your eyes if you can. Send your energy to the interscapular space. Finding some realignment by letting go of any heavy stuff there you might like to let go of. Curl forward, let your elbows come into your belly, let your head and neck release. As far forward as feels good. Inhale, lifting back up. Untangle your arms to the sides and reaching them back up. Left thumb and middle finger will grab the right wrist and you'll gently tilt leftwards, opening up the right rib cage. Come back to center. Opening your arms out to the side once again, sweeping them downward, looping them into big circles. We'll do 3 big circles, opening up your shoulders. And you'll bring them hand to heart. Wiggle your front foot a little more midline and turn your back toe to a wider angle. Cartwheel your arms open to warrior 2. So readjust your feet if they need readjusting. And let this be a long, juicy warrior 2. Your heels are usually heel to heel alignment if that works for your hips. And your gaze is over that front middle finger, your drishti, where you're headed. Let this feel good. Wiggle fingers and toes. Straight that front knee and bend it. And straight your front knee and bend it. And we'll straight one more time. Coming back to bend it. Flip your front palm up and tip back into reverse warrior. We're gonna flow a little bit here after I enjoy the tree up here. Into side angle and back up to reverse warrior, or you can just pause in each pose, whatever feels good to you. So we'll cartwheel forward here, bend your front elbow and stretch your right arm over. Enjoy the whole right side body. Cartwheeling back up to reverse warrior and forward into side angle. Move at the pace that feels good to you. This movement of letting your body just be in the body, gathering wisdom. Last one here. We'll meet back in warrior 2. You're going to straight your front knee and turn your back foot a little bit. We're going to come into triangle pose. Trikonasana, leaning way, way forward with your left hand and your right hip's going to shoot back. Grab a block if you have one and reach your right arm up. All legs are straight, both arms are straight. Draw your right shoulder back, gazing upward at the possibility. Heart is open. And thinking here about realignment and what it might look like. A lighter approach, rolling wrists. You might take your right hand and tuck it into the left hip crease and draw your shoulder back. Let that feel really good if you want. Engaging both inner thighs and both glutes. Reach your right arm up and over your right ear, lengthen the right side body. If anyone wants, you can lift up your left hand and engage your right side body. It's kind of fun. Lower your hand, reaching up. Bring your hand to your hip. We're gonna come into half moon for anybody who wants to. You're gonna, if you do it if you have a block. If you don't have a block, use a chair or the bed to steady you. You're gonna bend that front knee, pick up the block, bring it about a foot or 2 in the front, directly under your shoulder, and raise your right leg. And you might raise your right arm. Some of you might be able to do this without a block or steady, but don't do it otherwise. And as you're here, noticing what you need for alignment and balance. Gripping makes you tip, holding on too tight. Maybe it's letting go. Maybe it's rolling some of those cranky joints. And noticing how good it feels to be a little bit free here. Bring your hand to your hip, lower back down. Turn your back toe forward and your front toe forward. You'll keep that block. Grab your other block if you happen to have a block, and we'll hop into pyramid pose. Both feet jet lining forward. Pause and breathe. Invite the back of that left hamstring to let go of. Let go. You might waggle your hips. Have fun with it. Shift your weight. I think lightness also helps you find magically that spot that feels centered or aligned. Inhale for a half lift and exhale, fold all the way forward. Invite a little more release in the back of the leg. And breathe. If you want, you can walk your hands forward and pick up your back leg halfway, coming into a standing half splits, and roll the ankle again. Roll it as an act of self-compassion. Maybe point and flex. You might bend and straight your standing leg. Play with it a little bit. You can do this without blocks on your fists. You just may need to bend the standing leg a little bit more. More is not better here. Slowly lower that right leg alongside the left, coming into dangling pose or forward fold. Grasp your elbows and enjoy a loose, delightful dangle here. Sway side to side. Let your lower back intentionally release. And you might plant your left fist on the earth, bend your knees, straight your right, and twist rightward. Roll your wrist out. And you might switch sides. Come back to center, dangle a little bit more. Grasp your elbows, and when you're ready, use that belly and unroll up to stand. Open your arms out wide, bringing them out, meeting at the middle. Drop them to heart center, and take a moment here in Tadasana to breathe and enjoy. Let it feel good. From here, we will open our arms out and up. Once again, slight arch back, gazing upward, forward fold towards the earth. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, lower down. Plant your hands and step back to plank, top of the push-up, and pause here. See if you can find alignment here. This is the hard alignment to find. Taking a couple breaths. Shift forward on your tippy toes. Bend your knees, lower down, Chaturanga to the earth. Pause flat on your belly here. And maybe even let your third eye touch the earth. And just gather information from the earth underneath you. Any wisdom there? Curl your toes and press up, downward dog. Hang out here. Waggle your hips, bend your knees. Enjoy the landing, enjoy the view. When you're ready, raise that right leg. Stack your hips, roll it out. Let it feel really good in both directions. Re-square your hips and gently bring your foot between your hands, coming into that warrior one. Wider feet, shorter than usual. I usually don't come to warrior one from here. So make sure you're landing in a comfortable way. And tuck your hips so they face forward and your arms are reaching to the sky. Paying attention to your alignment, pausing to notice if anything feels out of alignment. Opening your arms wide, we're going to come into eagle arms this time, right under left, and enjoy the space between the scapula. Remember to breathe. Let the breath be a treat to those interscapular muscles. Noticing your toes, every cell on the bottom of your feet. Noticing the elbows connecting. And if you wish, curl and round as far forward as feels good. Using your feet to steady you. Take care of yourself here. Inhale, whoop, lift back up. Untangle. Spreading your arms wide. And we'll do those circles again, this time going up and around the opposite way. A couple circles. Coming back upright. Leaving your hands upright. You'll take the right thumb and middle finger, grab your left wrist, tip rightward. Come back to center. Bring the right foot a little more immediately, the front foot. Pigeon toe your back foot. Cartwheel your arms open into a long warrior two. Let it stretch. Gazes over that right front middle finger, your drishti. Where are you headed? Pause and breathe. Notice if your front knee is either in front of your ankle or turned inward, and realign it. Notice if your arms are tipping, realign them. See if you can practice feeling what it feels like to be in alignment. Usually it's easier. Flip that front palm up and tip backwards into peaceful warrior. Steady your front knee and we'll flow into side angle and back up into peaceful warrior and flow into side angle. Let it feel good. And back up into peaceful warrior. Do one more and we'll meet in warrior two. And you'll straight that front knee and bend it. And straight the front knee and bend it. Taking your time, noticing where you're in alignment and out of alignment, what it feels like. Bend that front knee. We're going to straight the front knee, shoot your hand forward and drop into Trikonasana, grabbing your block if it has run away. And straight all your limbs here. Triangles everywhere. Wiggling fingers and toes. Draw that left shoulder back, gaze up. Letting your heart open and that expansive approach to how you might like to move forward. As a reset or a realignment or a recalibration, whatever word resonates. I kind of like all of them. They feel a little bit different and invite something a little bit different. You might take your left hand and tuck it into your right hip crease, roll your shoulder open and enjoy the view. And ask yourself, if you were enjoying the view, what would be there? What would be ahead? A little bit of thinking. We're going to come into half moon here. You may shorten your triangle, grab the block, or have something like a chair you can lean on in front. And you'll plant your hand. Bring your hand to your hip for steady and lift that left leg up. You might lift your hand up or you might not. Use your right glute to steady you. You can keep your hand on your hip. Don't overdo this. Be kind to your ankles and your toes. Bring your hand back, coming back to Trikonasana. Bring the block to the outer edge of your foot if it's not already. Hop your back foot forward and straight the toes to the front. Come into pyramid pose. Shift, rock, maybe a spine lengthener, flatten back, fold forward. Play with it, let it feel delicious and delightful. You might rock your hips back and forth. Take 3 more breaths wherever you are. Do whatever feels most nourishing to your legs. Play with what feels in alignment for you. And remind yourself what that feels like. I love those shifting seasons to just pause and reflect and decide what's ahead. How do you want to show up for it? What do you need? What does your body need? not from a selfish standpoint, but from a bringing the most alive, highest, wisest version of you to our world. And boy, does our world need that. When you are ready, if you want, walk your feet, your blocks forward, shift into your front foot and raise your back leg up to hip height or lower or higher into the standing half splits. Roll your ankle in both directions. And lower your back foot to meet the front foot. And come into the dangle. Let yourself really sag and dangle here. See if you can close your eyes and drop completely into your body. Upside down with eyes closed, what wisdom do you have? Maybe even do a few circles here in both directions with your hips and your weight. Seeing if you can find center. What does that feel like? Enjoying it for a moment when you found it. Lifting up all 10 toes, rooting them down. Enjoy the four corners of your feet, every cell on the bottom of your feet. And we're going to unroll up to stand, reaching your arms out and up if that feels good, and if not, you can just leave them by your sides. Hands to heart center. And take a moment here to just enjoy, to land and enjoy. Feel good. Lower your hands into Tadasana or mountain pose. Channeling a mountain that you love, the steadiness of the mountain. And looking there for any wisdom, either inside you as you're feeling like a mountain or from mountains that you see. Mountains have a good view perspective. They're a great space for recalibration and realignment. Often on a mountaintop, things look more clear, feel more clear. Noticing here your five senses. Maybe not taste, and maybe not vision if your eyes are closed. And if they're closed, open them and notice what you see. And we'll open our eyes and just really shake things out, just shaking off anything that you already have a sense is ready to go. And we will come to stand. We're going to do tree pose because I'm in the trees and I love this tree behind me. So let your right foot be your tree trunk and you'll kickstand your left foot. You might bring your hands to hips to steady you, pressing downward on both hips, or hands together at heart center, you choose. And you'll slide the foot up to your calf or higher, but not over your knee. So if it doesn't want to stay higher, just put it where it wants to be. More is not better here. And if you wish, raising your arms up as branches, letting your fingers blow in the breeze, channeling the most beautiful tree, one that has brought you meaning. I got out my How to Be More Tree book this week, and there's so many beautiful trees in the world, so many varieties, kind of like humans. Lots to learn and enjoy from trees. Sweeping your arms out to the sides in the T, back to your waist. Draw that knee forward and just shake it out. Rolling ankles and wrists, all the things. And come back to stand. Take a moment to lift up onto both tippy toes, finding steady under the balls of your feet, lowering your heels. And we'll kickstand your right foot. Hands on your hips to steady you, to start. And you'll slide that foot up, creating a beautiful triangle. of a tree and bring hands to heart center. Pause here. For some of you, this might be your tree. You can also kickstand your foot, you choose. And then you can raise your arms to the sky. Breathing, filling your lungs all the way into your belly with breath. Breathe like a tree. Trees breathe just the opposite way. And we share breath with trees whenever we're outside. Maybe rolling your wrists like leaves blowing in a breeze. Maybe your tree will grow a little bit. You can play with that. Finding the center after you tip. Opening wide angle tree, whatever you want to call it, and coming back. Just shake it out. Sometimes we get too creative. Turn sideways on your mat if you can. And we're going to come to a wide angle pose here. And if your block is nearby, I encourage you to grab it and place it in the middle. If you don't have it, you can just, whoop, I have a bee on me. You can just put your hands on the ground. I bent over to discover a bee. Your feet are parallel to the front and back of the mat, and your knees are straight. And you're coming into a wide angle forward fold. You can use a block to lift up so your back is flat, or you can walk your hands back between your feet. Once again, coming into that inversion, just shaking things up a little bit. Taking 3 breaths here, closing eyes. And noticing what you notice. Wherever you are, walk your hands back in front of you to the floor. You can bring your block over to the left foot, and we're going to bend that left knee straight the right and lift your right toes up. Extending your right leg and enjoying a really nice stretch there. You can use your block for support if you want. Point the toe and flex it, and point your toe and flex it. And the left knee is pretty compressed, but we'll give it a stretch in a moment. Let it rebound. When you're ready, pressing your hands into the floor, help yourself, support yourself to walk over to the right side. And you'll bend your right knee, straight your left leg, and lift your toes up. And enjoy the back of that left leg. Wiggle your toes. Being kind, if anything on that right side needs extra support. And when you're ready, bringing both hands to the floor, lifting back up into that wide angle pose. Plant your hands on the earth. We're going to turn our toes inward and come into goddess pose. You're going to sit your hips way back, bring your hands to your knees, and slowly rise up. Your hands will be on your hips. Your knees are bent, sinking in a juicy bend. Lift up your right heel and your left heel, and maybe both for fun, if you can. And you'll lower your heels, straighten your knees, and reach your arms up, coming into star. Lower your hands to your waist and heel toe your feet back to center. Really shake it out. And we're going to come to lie down. I'm going to spend extra time lying down under this tree because it's the best spot in the house. So thank you, Gail, for reminding me of that at our redwood tree yoga. You should lie down under trees more often. It's great. There's a lot of wisdom in trees. And as you lie here, let yourself sink into the earth beneath you. Closing eyes and thinking about this idea of realignment or resetting or recalibration or a fresh start. What would you like it to feel like? If it were aligned, what would it feel like? Letting this new season be your guide. Gently bring one knee into your chest and the other knee into your chest, squeezing tight. Bring your forehead to your knees. Squeeze your face, squeeze your toes, squeeze everything. Release your head to the floor, and we're going to bring our knees out. Come into happy baby. Soles of the feet reach towards the sky, and massage your sacrum here. Stretch one leg and maybe both. Let it be really fun. Wiggle your toes. You might bring your legs together and wide. You might bend your knees back into happy baby. Just let this be a delightful treat for your lower back. Enjoy a massage for sure. And when you're ready, bring your heels towards you. Press them into the inner thighs and enjoy a moment here. Close your eyes, gather any wisdom. Finding the wisdom in stillness here. After all that movement, what does your body know now? What invitations, what clarity? Without any pressure to do it. Releasing your feet and lowering your feet to the floor, hips width. Plant your hands and lift up to a bridge pose. Shimmy your shoulders under you, lifting your hips high, 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 high. Engaging the whole back body. Lifting up onto your tippy toes, lifting your hips even higher. Lowering your feet. Lift up your toes, all 10 toes, so you're on your heels. Lower them down, lift up even higher. Untuck your shoulders and unroll like pearls on a string, one pearl at a time, using your belly here to help you. Bringing the soles of your feet together, knees apart, hand to heart, hand to belly for reclining butterfly. Take a moment. Gathering wisdom here. Enjoy 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, bring your knees together and bring your right knee into your chest. Bring your hands behind the right thigh and extend that right leg to the sky. Flex your ankle. You'll press your hamstring into your hands and point your toes and flex them towards you. And point your toes and flex them towards you. Press your heel towards the sky. Close your eyes. Enjoy the sensations. Relax your knee. Bend the knee. Bring the right ankle to the left knee and switch the clasp of your hands to the opposite thigh, coming into figure 4, flexing ankles to protect your knee, and enjoy a rock here, a massage. Find that centered, aligned spot. And upside down here, just reflecting on the world, who you are, where you are, any wisdom in this reset moment, maybe rolling ankles in both directions. You might press your right elbow into your knee for any extra that you would like. Maybe bring your hands to your shin and squeeze a little tighter. And have a rock. When it starts to feel tight, have a rock. Release your hands. You're going to bring your arms overhead and you're going to lower that left foot and drop your right foot to the left, coming into a figure 4 twist here, being kind to your right glute and hip. And you might gaze to the right if that feels good. If it doesn't, don't do it. Gazing back up, we'll bring our knees back to center, uncross, and take a moment to stretch super long. Long, long, long before we switch sides. Rebending. Bring your left ankle atop the right knee. Thread your hands behind the right thigh. Come into figure 4 here. Enjoy a rock. And a press. Let it feel good. Roll your ankles. You might squish tighter or not. You choose. And when you're ready, bring your hands overhead. Drop to the right and enjoy a delightful twist. When you're ready, twist back to center, and you'll bring your left ankle alongside the right knee and hug it in towards you, squeezing it into that hip socket. Stretch your right leg long. Bring your hands behind the left thigh and reach your foot to the sky. Roll the ankle. Press your heel to the sky. Point your toe. And flex your toe. Point it. And flex it. Relax that knee and stretch it down, lowering it to the floor alongside the left, and enjoy another really delightful stretch. Walking feet to the right front corner of the mat, and take your right thumb and middle finger, grasp the left wrist, and you'll hook that left ankle atop the right and stretch into banana or crescent moon. Enjoy the left spine of the body. Switch the cross of your ankles. Gently walk your feet back to center and your hands back to center. Release the clasp and switch to the other side. Walk your feet over to the left, right ankle atop the left, and take your left thumb and middle finger and grab your right wrist and twist to the left a little bit, coming into banana or crescent moon over there. Switch the cross of your feet. Walking your feet back, unclasp them and walk them back to center. Unclasp your hands and walk them to center. And stretch both your feet and your arms out wide into starfish pose. Letting things integrate. Let it feel amazing. And we'll take a moment here to do any pose that you want, that your body is craving. Practicing that inner knowing and trusting and choosing what feels aligned for you. And when you're ready, make your way to Shavasana. Letting yourself sink into the earth, letting your mat hold you, support you. Taking in a big deep breath here, and another huge exhale, letting go of control of the breath, control of your muscles, and gifting yourself a moment here of pause, a moment here of integration and realignment without effort, trusting that your body knows what to do and that all will be well. Shavasana. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle fingers and toes. Taking your time here, there is zero rush, stretching in the most luxurious, delightful, nourishing, healing, aligned stretch. Take extra time here, not just a quick stretch, but the best stretch ever. Letting it soak in to all the nooks and crannies. And when that feels complete, roll over to one side and pause. Taking a moment on one side to gather yourself, to notice how you feel in this moment, to capture any wisdom gleaned thus far, anything you might like to remember, even if it's simply the feeling or the possibility or a piece of clarity that you had, tucking it into that spot behind your heart to carry with you. And when you are ready, and only then, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Bringing one hand to heart and another. Sitting up tall, growing your spine to the sky, sending your root down into the earth. Enjoying the energetic connection between the hands, both hands and the hand to heart. Massage that top hand on the bottom hand. Enjoy it. Taking in a huge breath. Let the breath touch the bottom palmar surface of the hand on the heart. Exhale, releasing. Send the next breath to wrap your heart with breath, giving it a hug. Kind, gentle one. And let it out. Taking that top hand and putting it on your belly, checking for any wisdom about alignment or realignment, recalibration, or reset, how you might like to move forward from here. We'll bring our hands together, rubbing them, creating a little energy here. Bringing thumbs to your sternum, connecting the energy between the palms, each finger pad between your elbows, pressing it into the sternum and the heart space. We'll take in a big collective breath together. And a huge exhale. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today on this beautiful morning. May we all move forward in spaces of a little more alignment. May we pause to recalibrate and reset when needed. Taking the time to reflect and rest and move forward with mindful intention. The light and love in me reflects and honors the light and love in each and every one of you. Namaste.